Welcome back to Roadmap on Channels Television. Be part of the show. Tweet at Channels TV and at Gimba003. Let's know your thoughts on the Niger Delta agitation and what the incoming government can do to keep the pipelines safe. We're doing a feature on it. And you can also get our top stories on our website, is channelstv.com, and on youtube.com/channelsweb. Go to m.channelstv.com to view us live for live stream. And now back to the program. My guest, Chief Edwin Clark, a frontline Ijaw leader and former Federal Commissioner for Information. He further gives us his thoughts on Nigeria's oil exploration and militancy from the south-south to the southwest of Nigeria.
For over 50 years since Nigeria declared independence, oil has been produced in the country. Throughout this period, corporate politics has intersected with successive dictatorships. Under these dictatorships, the Nigerian government has signed laws that appropriated oil resources and placed them under the control of multinational oil companies such as Chevron and Royal Dutch Shell. From the point of view of MEND and its supporters, the people of the Niger Delta have suffered an unprecedented degradation of their environment due to the unchecked pollution produced by the oil industry. As a result of this policy of dispossessing people from their land in favor of foreign oil interests within a single generation, many now have no ability to fish or farm. People living in the Niger Delta have found themselves in a situation where their government and the international oil companies own all the oil under their feet, the revenues of which are rarely seen by the people who are suffering from the consequences of it. Will the incoming government change this?
Until we have 50%. You are even asking for 25% for a start. In the 2005 National Conference set up by President Obasanjo, they recommended 18%. So the issue will never die until justice is done. I want to correct this impression of increasing rate of corruption. When does that corruption start? I want to know. Are you telling me that in the First Republic there was no corruption? Second Republic? Why was Shagari's government overthrown by Buhari? Corruption was one of them. Why did Babangida overthrow Buhari? Corruption was one of them.
In January 2006, men warned the oil industry players, saying, quote, "It must be clear that the Nigerian government cannot protect your workers or assets. Leave our land while you can or die in it. Our aim is to totally destroy the capacity of the Nigerian government to export oil." End of quote. The militants group called upon President Olusegun Obasanjo at that time to free two jailed Ijaw leaders, Mujahid Dokubo Asari, and charged with treason, and Dipriye Alamesia, a former governor of Bayelsa State convicted of corruption. Obasanjo's successor, late President Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, authorized the release of Dokubo Asari and Alamesia in 2007. A significant difficulty when engaging the resource control discourse from the purview of the Niger Delta is the conceptual ambiguity. There are three broad notions of resource control that may be distilled from the numerous definitions proffered since the Ijaw Youth Council, the IYC, Kayama Declaration that expressly employed the phrase in connection with the oil resources and the Niger Delta. These include absolute and principal resource control, as well as increased derivation. Proponents of absolute resource control take the stance proffered by the Kayama Declaration that every region should control its resources 100%.
The issue of resource control cannot be stopped by any government, by anybody, whether military or civilian. It is right of the people, inherent right of the people. Nobody can stop it. When we went to the national conference in March last year, We discussed it. It was one of the major issues discussed. And the North always disagree with the South over this issue. They believe that what we are earning, the 13.5%, which is provided for in the Constitution, we are not entitled to it. There are some of the Northerners who believe that the oil flows from the north. They have land mass, so the oil belongs to them. Oil is one man's property. So let me say this, that we have to live together as people belonging to one country, respecting the views of one another, having regard to the feelings of one another. Nobody is to be oppressed. Nobody should be intimidated. So the agitation for resource control continues.
Attacks on oil infrastructure is not restricted to Nigeria's Niger Delta in the South alone. In the Southwest, attacks on the nation's oil infrastructure has been widely reported, with the police making arrests and arraigning suspects in connection with the vandalism of pipelines. Arepo in Ogun State is the border town between Lagos and Ogun States. The area has recorded killings related to bunkering and oil theft directly from the pipelines. Policemen are the worst hit in gun duels that ensues in the Arepo area.